Hello, hello, everyone. Happy to be here with you folks. Welcome to the sixth and final episode of the Freak Show. Very happy to be here. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Marina Ferris. Who else we have here?
I'm the co-host, Ford Schelberg, and today we have three fine gentlemen. Would you introduce yourselves?
I'm Jack. My name is Jack Howchin.
I'm Nicholas. I go by Nick Storm.
I'm Francesco, also known as Zapoida Francis.
Yeah, and I guess we're here to present our live show and just talk about ourselves as like artists and stuff. And we're really glad to be on the Freak Show. Thanks for having us.
We're
guys.
honored.
Yeah,
to be
they're
on the
honored.
Freak Show.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Of course,
Have
our
you
pleasure.
folks? All right, so hopefully I was hoping you guys could start with just telling us about the artist project y'all have going. As a bit of a brief introduction.
Yeah, no, sure. Pleasure. I mean, it's the first premiere collaboration between Francesco, Jack, and I. You know, it came about like maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago that we decided to all come together, do this huge project in the Lighthouse, and yeah, just host that. And we're gonna have that coming out hopefully mid-May, 23rd of May, from 6 p.m. every 20 minutes, and we just host an immersive audio-visual installation and surround sound panning. So it's just really nerdy production stuff that, I mean, for me has been a huge learning experience, but like just the collaboration between these two guys has been phenomenal. So we're excited to bring that to everyone at BIM and everyone at BIM's friends, you know, everyone's welcome. And entrance is free as well. Huge part.
Y'all heard it here first. Entrance is free, guys. There's no excuse now.
No,
You don't
no
want to
excuse.
miss this. You don't want to miss
We've got
this.
this for you.
Not. Absolutely not.
No, but yeah, so we are Zapoida Francis, Nick Storm, Jack Howchin. If I want to just like briefly talk about myself, I would describe the music genre that I make as psychedelic dance pop, because I'm a singer and I love dance music and I love trippy stuff. So it's like, yeah, that's kind of why Nick, probably because you were the one who presented this whole thing, you got the opportunity to do this show.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, perhaps. Like last year, I came across Balthazar, the owner of the Lighthouse, and essentially the light of the Lighthouse, you know, if you will. Great guy, fantastic guy from Stockholm as well. You know, Jack's from Stockholm.
Represent.
Yeah, represent.
Okay.
But yeah, it was about last year that I first had this idea before even starting at BIM. You know, when I met Balthazar, I was like, man, it would be incredible to have my own show in here, or like have a show in here, regardless with who it is. And then when I started BIM and I met these two fantastic gentlemen on my side here, you know, I just felt like these were the right people to do this show with. You know, it was like really bleak winter time. It was like mid-January shit, and I'm like a summer type of person, you know, so just coming from home, I was just sick of the cold, and I just wanted something that just flowed into the summertime. So I was like, man, now's the time to do this Lighthouse installation, you know, and then who better to join me than Francesco and Jack? And then it just went from there and flowed really well so far.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm curious to kind of hear, so for audience members who might not really know, how does like, so you kind of came with the audio bit of it, and then we'll get to the visual, but I'm curious to kind of hear how it all kind of came together, because I think y'all are the first like project we've had that's been an audio visual kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's also like a huge part that we wanted to make it something unique, you know, something that people at BIM or like we have never really done, you know, just have it something completely new and something unique in that sense. So, I mean, it started when I first approached Jack and Francesco, and we have this little business meeting type situation. Yeah, where we played Summer Nights by Lottie Liston Smith, a fantastic song. And then
Shout out Lonnie Liston Smith.
Shout out to Lottie Liston Smith.
Yeah. Gorgeous stuff.
And then, yeah, I just presented the idea to them, and I mean, immediately they were on board. I knew Jack would be a huge aid just in style of electronic production techniques and stuff, something that I wasn't really familiar with coming like from a background of hip hop, but I really wanted to just fuse that. And I knew Francesco's mixing skills were exceptional, so I had to have him on the project. But you know, I feel like we've got chemistry, like fantastic chemistry between the three of us, and it really just came together like that.
Yeah, like in general, these types of projects, it's very important to have like to work with your friends in that aspect.
For sure.
Like, really,
Yeah.
To really push everything and not make it like worky and actually make it fun in that sense.
Yeah.
It enhances the product.
I think Jack's really good at keeping overview of that and making sure the process is fun while it's going, you know, not so that everyone's not too into their head and just focusing on the music and actually having it fun, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think you will notice that when you hear the music and see the
Big
project
time.
that it is a pretty maybe not comedic tone to it, but it's a very laid back tone to it. It's pretty like just casual, pretty non-dramatic.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Very,
nice.
very dramatic, but very fun at,
Very
at the
fun
same
dramatic,
time.
fun dramatic, I would say. Yeah.
So would y'all describe the audio as like upbeat, or kind of what can people expect if they come to the show?
I mean,
Without giving away too much, but
I
Of
would
course,
say the interesting thing about this project, like if you compare it to most common audiovisual projects nowadays, they like, for example, what the Lighthouse usually does. Balthasar makes these like very beautiful, very ambient, immersive kind of like soundscape stuff, but it's way more low key. It's not as intense. It's more about like meditation and just consciousness, just relax, you know. And so we took like we got inspired by that, and we used a lot of similar soundscapes, of course, but we built this on the top of dance music and rhythm and drums and everything. So it's way more, it's pretty like groovy for being in this type of venue in that sense.
Big time. You know, I mean,
So-
Balthazar came to us and he was like, you guys have free range to do like whatever you guys want, like musically aspect wise. And we were like, okay, well, we're going to take that to the extreme. We're going to shake like up the Lighthouse and do something that venue hasn't really done before. Because like Jack said, it's very atmospheric. We wanted to do something very dancey or electronic inspired, something that has like more musical like qualities to it, more grooves, I think is a good way to say it.
It's a pretty wide musical palette in that sense. People, I really think there's not a specific crowd of people that are going to like this. There's something for everybody in this. It's like a 20-minute show that is looping on and there's probably influences from more than 10 different genres. in that sense.
Everything actually is overall pretty diverse.
Yeah.
There are some ambient moments, some techno EDM moments, and the whole making process was very fun because there was this computer just going on all the time, and I took over, and then I just lay on the bed, and then Jack takes over, and so it was like the music going and going and going, and we alternating on the computer. It was very beautiful.
It's like a war.
We
It's
knew
like,
when to
I
stay
want a
behind.
computer. I want a computer.
It was actually very nice.
Yeah, actually, I think the final product doesn't sound like his style combined with his style combined with my style, whatever. It's kind of like we were so democratic in the way we worked that it's very like unique in that sense. It's just its own thing.
It's its own thing. I wouldn't say it's my
No.
kind of style, and not even yours or yours.
No, it sounds like something we only could do together in that sense.
It truly feels like a collective piece of music between the three of us. It was such a deep like collaborative experience, which I think was just huge, and which really proved just like that we came together as the right team to like really make this happen. You know.
Yeah.
beautiful. I'm super curious to hear it.
Yeah.
What are you excited?
Yeah, this sounds incredible.
Bring some friends.
Of course.
It's free. I'm remembering that much.
Yes, big time.
no.
It's free. We just
No.
want to say this again. It's free.
Yeah, we're making a few NFTs though. We need to record this shit. You know?
That's a
future
good
stuff.
opportunity.
Yeah, of
Big
course.
time, yeah.
Material, of course.
Yeah.
But we want everybody to just experience this. This is just an opportunity for us to get into this field and just like showcase our visions or whatever you want to call it.
Piece
So
of
it's
our
just-
mind, really. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious to hear also about the visuals, because I think that's always, cause especially with like, I've been to the Lighthouse once, and the visuals are such a big thing of
Yeah,
it,
of
where
course.
you kind of are like really immersed with the
Of
entire
course.
process. So, like, what are the visuals like? Do you guys have any inspirations
So
behind
essentially, are we gonna talk about the concept of this whole show or not?
That's an interesting point. I think we can lightly touch on it. I don't mean to gatekeep the show.
No,
in
I
any
mean
way.
it's because it's good to know if
Strategic.
people want to get there. It's nice to have some sort of information about what it's about.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
in
man.
that sense.
Yeah.
Because we haven't actually officially we haven't decided on any title so far.
So
Because
far
we're
it's-
just like so indecisive about this.
Yeah.
We were talking about pan porn. Because it just describes what it will sound like.
Essentially.
But it's maybe a bit inappropriate. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an aquatic theme. I mean, we'll say that. straight
Yeah,
up.
but essentially this first night when we were starting to sketch on the whole idea, we just I just had this quick idea of just like water. Like I like water, just a water moment. You know?
Yeah.
I think I was thirsty or something. I don't know.
Perhaps.
And then so we essentially this is like it's a story. It has a storyline, and we're following water.
the POV of a droplet essentially.
We're basically
Oh, wow.
in the water, and we're following the journey of water and how water lives
Cheers.
in that sense.
Yeah.
So the visuals are kind of linked to that. So it's going to be pretty aquatic in that sense, and it's going to be very progressive. It's never just the landscape of effects. It's always evolving and becoming something new. You know?
Yeah,
So it's-
we laid a great value on that to make sure that there's like no direct entry point into the installation, because we want it to be constantly flowing. You know, it's a circular thing, and where the show ends, it starts at the same time. So everything is just one.
there is no
perpetual motion.
first song. There's no second song. It's just
Yeah.
a loop in that sense.
Yeah.
So it's
I mean, yeah. Back to the visuals though, big time.
yeah. We're actually working on the visuals right now in this moment, finalizing them.
Yeah.
And we're using it's going to be pretty realistic in that sense. Like the Lighthouse usually do more like kind of like geometric shapes and very like abstract stuff. This might be somewhere in between abstract and reality in that sense.
Yeah.
And how this fluctuates and becomes kind of like a trip in and out of itself.
Yeah.
And we're really going into detail about this whole water
Yeah,
system.
with the visual, you're gonna actually go through the whole cycle of water.
Yeah, it's the whole cycle, the whole life cycle of H2O, or whatever you would call it.
H2O.
I mean, it's pretty interesting to think about it, because the way it started was so different, but then like each of us added and took away like to the concept and to the final vision, and then out of this just birthed this like cohesive vision that we were all just like, yeah, this makes sense, this feels right, you know. Because at first I think we wanted to do something about Berlin, summer in Berlin, and we were thinking about the Spree and the water, and like what is quintessential Berlin, and it's definitely the trains running, it's definitely the water, and just the summer vibes that come about. But then, you know, we added a vision, took away a few things, spoke about a few things, and then it finally came together as this like aquatic telltale of just water, you know, that journey that it goes through. And I mean, hey, I think it turned out really, really great, at least for us, you know.
Yeah, and I think it's really like I think the beautiful part of it is that it's super epic in that sense. It's pretty like important. Like I don't know, it feels like it's a good message in that sense. We're not doing just like party, whatever. We're actually doing something about water. We're showing people stuff.
I mean, I can say that the time that went into conceptualization for this project was huge, like bigger than any other project we've done. I mean, we're only first years, and I mean, we've been making music for quite some time, but I mean, I can only speak for myself and just say that this is probably one of the biggest projects that I've conceptualized or like come up with, you know. It's just like a years long project of like, hey, this is a possibility, we can do this, and then 2 months just conceptualizing it, you know.
I mean, it seems like a massive undertaking for sure. Like,
It was big time. It was, yeah. Especially like beginning of the year, like January, February, just like I said, I'm not a summer type of person, so just really having these guys next to me, being like, yo, let's get this, let's do this.
Yeah,
I mean, it came from all of us, but like,
I think
know.
it's been, if there's one thing this project has taught me a lot, is that having these two very talented and very technically and professionally mindful people by my side increase the productivity and the security of the whole product way more. Like we actually get things done in time, and it sounds nice because there's always somebody checking. Oh, this is, you know, there's always somebody who notices everything in that sense. So it's, I think it's been flowing pretty well in that sense.
So far, so good. Yeah.
So far, so good.
so far, so good.
Yeah.
And how long will it be at the Lighthouse for? So peeps don't miss it.
Yeah, well, right now it's scheduled only for a day because the Lighthouse is insanely busy. It is a very popular venue.
But I guess we hope that, you know, once this whole thing is done, it is just a couple of files that need to be played back on a system, you know. So it's like we will throw in dates probably every now and then.
Yeah, bring it other places.
Yeah, that's also like the thing. I guess for all of us, I really enjoyed this process. So I would like to like get into this field more further. So it's kind of like just a way to open up doors for opportunities.
It's definitely not gonna be a one-time thing.
No, I don't think so.
Because now
either.
we found
we found a
we
sense.
found something together.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know.
nice groove that we've got going so
Who
far.
knows?
I wouldn't mind carrying
Gonna
on.
happen.
Yeah, but hopefully, I mean, if the show is a success and we can like show that the Lighthouse, I mean, the guys at the Lighthouse like the music so far. So I mean, that's a good sign. Hopefully, we can maybe do another show end of summer or something, you know, in case people miss this one. But like I said, it's only one day, so make sure to be there.
Make sure
It's free. Come on.
It's free. Come on.
It's a great location too, because Lighthouse is so close to BIM. So for a lot of people you're trying to get there are BIM students, it works so well because there's kind of like, oh, it's right
It's gonna
by
be
BIM. You know, it's
Monday
so
night.
convenient.
It's gonna be like, you know,
4 hours of just audio-visual
Yeah.
immersion.
just
so
pull up.
peaceful. You could do your assessments there. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
You just
Bring
like,
your laptop,
find a
just
spot on the
like-
floor. You know.
Yeah, I mean the Lighthouse has a great setup inside. You know, it's very cozy, very comfy. You got a ton of beanbags. I mean, you mentioned you were
It's
inside.
so comfortable. You just sit there, just laying out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you want to tell us about your experience inside the Lighthouse itself. Which show was it that you were at?
I don't
You
remember the
remember?
exact name, but it was like the space one where like you go into like a black hole.
Yeah.
And that one, so it was quite nice. You know what I mean? That at one point you're like inside the black hole.
Yeah.
It was quite very comfortable. You know, people on beanie bags. It was very
Yeah.
chill.
Mm.
But it's a very nice space. Luckily, it wasn't like too crowded, so you're able to kind of enjoy yourself, but still crowded enough. So I don't know, it was a very nice, calming time.
Yeah, I think that's what the Lighthouse does really well. It's just that like calming energy. You know, you're just fully zen, pieced out, and you just like you just let it come over. You know, like the whole experience. It's really good that they do it like that. You know.
Yeah, I feel like that's mostly what people go to that place for. Like most people are just there to like relax and just be like, nice, take a break in your everyday life, you know.
I think we've really switched up that formula.
Yeah, that's the thing. We really switched it up. We want to. I don't know what we want to do with these people. I don't know.
really push it, but yeah.
Slick. And I'm also curious, so individually, are y'all working on anything else? So give y'all each a chance to talk, or is this kind of like the sole thing y'all are working on right now?
I mean, I believe we're all working on like a bunch of stuff, and that's why I thought it was great to have these guys on the team for the Lighthouse, you know, because I realized these two are such like self-confident artists, and like I admire Jack's work ethic as well as Francesco's, and that's why like I knew from the start that these are the two guys I want on my team. But I feel like we've all got something going on. Maybe Jack can start with what's happening.
Yeah, the funny thing is like this whole Lighthouse thing is, as we said previously, like it's been a lot of work.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I was working on this album, and it's kind of been like now I'm doing this like 50-50 work, or you know, I don't know, maybe I don't know,
Something in between. Yeah.
something in between. But still, it's like it's been, of course, extending all of the other work, and I haven't postponing that and whatever. But it's been worth it. But yeah, I'm working on a new album currently. I'm in the works of that. I'm trying to finish that this month or next month. It's gonna be out this summer, I guess. So it's it's in the finishing moments.
Yeah, I mean, I can only agree with Jack that this Lighthouse thing has really just taken priority, and I think all of our lives essentially, and other things have either had to been delayed or just pushed to the side a little bit. But like, I mean, on the side, I've still managed to get like a few things done. Like I'm planning a release with a Nigerian producer. His name's Gidberry. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully by the end of this week or maybe next week, we can have the release out on Spotify. And then, yeah, I mean, I come from a background of production and making beats for like artists that I really like. So I'm planning to record with my best friend this summer, which I've been actually looking forward to for a couple of years now because I haven't been home because of COVID. But hopefully I can get that recording session going and then have a release there. And then, yeah, just always my beat packs, you know, on my website, nickstorm.com. I'll be uploading just a couple of new packs this summer. Stuff I've been working on, you know, just throughout the year on the side of the project. But yeah, that's essentially from me what's coming soon.
Love it.
Yeah,
what's up?
personally, apart from working on this, as the guy said, it took a lot of time. I actually came out with my solo project this year and released a couple of singles.
Stream that, it's fantastic.
What's that called?
My solo project, of course, is called Zapoida Francis. The singles are Eyes and The Long Run, which you can find on Spotify. I'm gonna release another single around July, and it's not just gonna be music, and I can say anything else. But yeah, I'm working a lot all the time for you.
Yeah, without spoiling anything, you know, I also admire Francesco's like scope. You know, he looks like just beyond the release. You know, everything that goes around it, everything that can come after it or like come from it. You know, and that's why I thought it was great to have him. You know, early on, I just saw that his music was fantastic, and that like the way he approaches his releases, that it's like a bigger concept. You know, there's a bigger picture to it, which I think was vital for the Lighthouse. You know, just all ties together in that sense.
For sure, for sure. One thing I'm curious, so we kind of had like briefly mentioned, I think at some point at the beginning, but this idea of NFTs, do you think that's something y'all would look into? Because y'all certainly are like have the material for something like an NFT? Do you think that's ever an avenue you'd be interested in looking into?
I mean, I would, in general, just like an analysis I've come to form the last couple of years, is that the new music industry is kind of like you need to squeeze out every single piece of material that you can get. And now if we make a 20-minute project, it's like that's a lot of just like short video material, a lot of audio. It's like just a lot of gigabytes or megabytes in this sense. I don't know, but it's probably a few gigabytes. I don't know. So it's just like for us to actually get as much value out of the work, we just need to squeeze out as much as possible in that sense. So for this project specifically, we're probably gonna record alternative video formats of this whole show, sell them as NFTs.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
It's such an interesting concept. This I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, NFTs are such a new phenomenon and such an interesting concept to me. But I also feel like there's a lot of distasteful NFTs and there's a couple of tasteful ones. You know, there's just like the spamming of apes. You know, that are kind of the same, and you're just like, I understand it from like a business perspective, but it's not very artistic in that sense. So I mean, like Jack was saying, yeah, we do have to like make full use of the Lighthouse, but like we're gonna make sure that it's tasteful, that like the art
course.
comes first before the actual like business perspective
Yeah,
of that. Because I feel like, I mean, we had this discussion early on in the project, because like if you think about an audiovisual installation, so many things are triggered that you can do beyond that or with that, you know, that you can just build off that. And like, but yeah, like I said, there's a couple of strange NFT things going on, but we do want to approach it with caution, but then make sure we do it properly, that, you know, it's like something artistic. Yeah.
It's mostly also like it's a tool to make the art more eternal, to make it, to have like an extended lifetime in that sense. That if we can capture it and make digital pieces out of it, and not just have it as an event and actually have it as an eternal event in that sense.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it just gives more value to it, more life to it, and more memory to it. And it's also a great way for us to just have more in our portfolio.
Yeah,
work.
resume catalog stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, NFT looks Chris, because I think y'all are like kind of one of the first artists we've talked to that are actually like looking into the world of NFTs, because I think it can be a challenging avenue for artists to know how to get into if you don't have the material, and y'all are in a position where y'all have all that visual material, which I'm sure is also super useful for things like Instagram and stuff, where I'm sure y'all have like stuff you're able to use. Have you like, how's like the marketing been with this project and that kind of stuff?
I mean, I think this week we're really putting it all together with the visuals, with the audio, and finalizing the whole product. And after that, we're gonna just make a lot of stuff.
We've like really dedicated these like past 2 months just to the production of the actual project, because we all spoke about this pretty soon, that we don't want to advertise something that doesn't exist in that sense. So we want to make sure that the project comes first, and then obviously the advertisement after. I mean, naturally, but you know, sometimes you just got to make sure that that's clarified. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is the initial thing that this is the first time that we're actually speaking about the project publicly, you know, on the FreQShow. So
Oh, sweet. We got the
Yeah.
exclusive
Exclusive.
story.
We
This is
got
the
exclusive
exclusive
story.
announcement.
Y'all heard it here
Oh, man.
first.
We got cameras and lights now. This is an actual show.
yeah,
That's
no,
perfect.
it's very professional. Thanks
We
again
even
for
have a
having us.
logo. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it's our
Yeah.
freaking frog.
With great introduction music. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
yes.
Fantastic.
Shout out to Coda. Woo!
Shout out to
Love you,
Coda.
Coda.
The legend
But
Himself.
I mean, yeah, we had a ton of promotional stuff planned. I mean, it's kind of fallen by the wayside, but we were planning to sell like our own pants, because I feel like Jack and I have a very
I was literally just gonna comment, like,
nice
I like
style
y'all's
and
pants.
you know.
Yeah.
So we were planning to do some colorful pants, but I think we'll just save that for a different project. You know, it would have been too much.
It's coming
on
up.
top of
It's
it.
coming
It's
up.
coming
Like-
up big time.
pan horny people, be ready.
Yeah.
Be ready. But maybe not this month. It's a bit too short.
Well,
Sure
of a time
enough.
span.
But I mean, we're planning to promote it in the magazine, hopefully in the international edition, and then just also do some like posters stuff, because we want people to come to the event and then actually take something home. So at first this was going to be the pants, but you know, might be a bit tough. So we want to create posters, like really, really gorgeous posters to look at, you know, stuff from like the Woodstock era, you know, where you go to a live show, you see the poster and you rip it down, you steal it and take it home, because it is just such an iconic poster,
Yeah.
you know. So we really laid a great value on making something that looks aesthetic, that we can just like either hand out or sell to people at the event if they feel like they want to support, you know. But I mean, the financial part isn't like the first
No, this is not.
isn't the main part.
We're
of
not
this.
doing this for money at this point.
No.
Yeah, and then everything that comes later, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's
yeah. For now, like this Lighthouse thing is just, we'll see how it goes, you know. And
I mean, it felt deeply artistic so far. I also want to touch on that, you know, just like the whole process from start to finish was just this conception to make it deeply artistic and have that the first line.
It's just gonna be like a movie premiere, something like that.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
I like to visualize it.
Yeah, that's a
movie
nice way
premiere.
to
We have a
visualize
gala.
it,
We
you're
can
right.
have the red carpet. People bring a +1, you know.
Yeah.
It's like-
Yeah, essentially.
All right, beautiful, y'all. So we are coming to the end of the interview, but one final question I want to hear from all y'all is, what are y'all bumping these days? What are you listening to? What are the tunes? What's relevant? What's not? Let us know.
Fantastic question.
I feel like I'm in general, like I'm hypnotized by my algorithms. Like I only listen to Discover Weekly on Spotify, and I've only been listening to Discover Weekly on Spotify for a year straight. So I don't even know what's on the top 10 anymore or anything. And I don't use TikTok either, so I'm totally like entranced. So I actually don't even know what the hell my music is nowadays. Like
I mean,
I showed you guys, and that was like the 5,000 streams, like the depths of Spotify. You know, like
That's
it's like
great,
world
yeah.
music. You know,
World
like,
music.
you know, like a guy recording different melodic instruments without tuning, just like hand, right, left. You know, like
I mean, there was this one point where we were editing the videos that it was just like crickets chirping in the background and like the occasional drum hit here and there, and just very spatial, atmospheric music. And we were like, Jack, what is this music? He was like, no, just trust it. And we were like, oh, this is fantastic. You know, really got
Trust in the
That's
music.
kinda what I'm
Inspiring
into.
all the time.
very inspiring. I mean,
Very weird music.
yeah, I
can
gotta
say.
I gotta say, Jack's music taste is very, very, very diverse and very inspiring. I mean, most of my new music that I listen to, I get it from Jack, probably, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, Lonnie Liston Smith, big time. Go
Lonnie
check him
Liston
out.
Smith is the
Dr.
man.
Lonnie Liston Smith.
I think in general, it seems like we're, at least me and Nick are into like, we like the beautiful stuff. They're really like soothing, gorgeous,
Some
elegant.
certain types of film music are
Yeah.
insane. You know, the scoring for Mr. Go Lucky is incredible. I would recommend everyone to check that out if they have time. Oh, and Sam Galletri. I feel like he was also a huge inspiration
The man, of course.
to the project at first. You know, just very luscious, soundscapey productions. Sometimes electronic, but like mostly organic. You know, I feel like that's where my music taste recently falls into.
Yeah, I think in general for this, people will hear we're not really using that many traditional synths, traditional waves in that sense. More like sampling and creative sampling and mixing between different types of sounds in general. Go for a more organic approach.
Yeah, that was huge. What are you listening to?
Yeah, actually, au contraire. I really, in this moment, I'm not really into gorgeous, beautiful stuff.
You into the saturated, distorted stuff?
Yeah, of
recently?
course. You know, I like it. I'm more into, I'd say, filthy stuff. you know.
Classic Francesco.
Yeah.
Classic
Right now, Moshat Doma. I don't know the right fucking pronunciation.
Yeah.
Of course. And I really like that singer from Belgium, Angel.
Angel.
Beautiful
Beautiful
music.
name.
The two that I listen to most now.
Yeah, Molchat Doma is great.
Yeah.
I'm
Very
probably
inspiring.
butchering the name as well. Very, very great musicians.
Shout out.
Yeah. But yeah, what are you guys listening to? Let us know.
Answer last
Oh,
time.
no, I didn't. No, I've been. There's this band really called Stan Atlantic, like pop punk kind of thing. They have a new album coming out. I think May 6th. It's called Fear, but technically it's Fuck Everything and Run if you abbreviate it. And I've been really jamming on at least the singles they have released. That's an album I'm very, very excited for. And also Royal the Serpent's been one that I've been getting into. That's what I've been jamming to. It's what's relevant. God damn it.
Yeah, pop punk's having a bit of a moment. I'm back on the pop punk wave, like listening to a lot of fucking Pup and what's his name, Jeff Rosenstock. He's really good. Yeah, a lot of that, and then just rap. Listening to Beautiful Thugger Girls by Young Thug.
Ah, nice.
Very underrated
Classic.
album, I think.
Yeah.
It's a country one.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Are you listening to that new Vince Staples album?
Yeah, that one was really nice. I
Yeah.
listened to that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or- is there another new one?
Yeah, I mean it's Rose Park and something. But the one before that, oh man, I've misplaced the name as well. But I mean, last summer that was a great album, and then this summer he came back with another album. Man, he's doing great bits. You know, shout out to Vince Staples.
For sure.
Yeah,
Vince, I hope you see this.
yeah.
We're thinking
Shout out
about
to
you.
Vince.
Come on the
Sorry.
Freak Show podcast.
Come
Pull
on, the
up.
Freak Show, bro.
Always welcome.
All right, y'all. So we are coming to the end of the interview. Where can our beautiful audience members find y'all?
Man, like I said,
Can they? That's the question.
Of course. You know, I've got a couple of releases on Spotify with some artists, but most of these can be found via my website, nickstorm.com, and my Instagram, nickstorm.com. But yeah, check it out. Pull up a lot of cool stuff on there.
Mad stuff. Yeah, I have an album out right now on Spotify actually. It's called Club Amygdala, and the artist name is Jack Howchin. And there's new music coming this summer. And I also have another band which is called Utopian Punk, which is crazy wild stuff from Sweden. And we also got some new shit coming out in a month. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Zapoida Francis, everywhere. Check it out.
I love that. Like,
Take
Chris.
pictures of the stickers and send them to Francesco.
Yeah.
They're all over Berlin.
I'm gonna repost it.
It's a challenge right there going around.
Challenge. Find all of them.
Little
You get a
finding
prize
goal.
if you get all
All
the
of
stickers.
them.
You get a prize.
Little side
Yeah.
quest for everyone out there. You know.
Call me Zelda.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks so much for having us. I mean, this
Thank
was
you very
being
much.
here.
huge. This was beautiful.
It was
such
great.
a nice atmosphere here.
And now we got a logo. We got everything. We got Coda.
Yeah,
It's
we
wonderful.
got Coda.
It's not the same without Coda.
Check
guys.
out the FreQShow podcast on Spotify and everywhere,
Yeah.
I guess.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for coming.
All
See you
right,
guys.
y'all.
Thanks for watching or
This is a-
listening.
Cheers.
Peace.